I wanted to just take a moment and talk about loss of loved ones and loss of relationships. Sometimes our grief is because a loved one has left the earthly plane or is passing, and we're working through our fear paradigms and worrying and receiving their energy, which is often pain and fear. And that's very hard to carry, and it's important that we are receiving help and support or asking for it, but also that we're allowed to say it's hard. It's a lot. It's a lot to ask that we witness people who are leaving on their journey, and that we are allowed to be grounded and be supported. But sometimes it's not for us to do their support work. It's not for us to be holding their healing. And I think that's witnessed a lot in how many stories you have about people being received on the other side by loved ones in spirit, or like my mother or father was there, or my husband was there, or my child was there. Favorite grandmother. I believe everybody's there, but knowing that our loved ones in spirit are available to support us is something we've talked about a lot. But knowing that they're available to support our loved ones here in body when they're still ready, preparing to leave, and ask of them to come in and help support your mother, father, brother, people who are sick and terminal or struggling, even if they're not terminal. Sometimes our grief and their loss is that they have lost some of their independence, and now we are responsible for them, and it's a heavy ask. That's a cost. That's a loss of our freedom as well as their independence, and it doesn't matter how willingly we do it, we're still allowed to acknowledge that it's hard, and ask their loved ones to come in and look after them, to help ease their journey. And ease their journey doesn't mean make it better and necessarily easier. It may be that the pieces that they haven't finished before they leave still need to be done, and their loved ones can make it clearer for them and give them opportunities to really resolve their issues and energies and memories before they leave. And that may be in the dream state. That can be their parents and ancestors coming in. But notice that I'm talking about their parents and ancestors and not your parents and ancestors, for two reasons. One, that you have a different relationship with them, but also that energetically loved ones in body as well as in spirit resonate with each other differently, and one grandparent may be your friend or work well with your energy or loved you or comes often to visit you in spirit, and the other one may not, because energetically there's no reason, and it just doesn't resonate for them or for you. And it's the same with our people here. Just because we might be family, it could be your father or mother. I know when my father was going through his cancer journey, I would often speak to his mother and father, who I did not know in life, and ask them to bring in some love and healing. And because I know he had a very difficult life, I was asking them to deliver the love and care that they didn't deliver when he was here and they were here. And it was quite interesting to see how that evolved, and how his stories about them who he'd never spoken of started to come in a much more gentle format, and good memories and interesting things about them. So there was some kind of healing of their relationship before he was expected to leave, and I thought that was beautiful. And it's quite appropriate that we give the job of finishing the work or healing the soul's energy or journey to those who came before us, because sometimes we have enough to do on their ground. We have enough to do with their care. Yeah, and asking, so we're asking for help. We're asking for support for us by having them support them, and then this is a win-win for all souls. It is, it absolutely is. But it also helps ease the energy that they throw around, their auric, their emotional and energetic patterns. So it does ease our journey, and we're entitled to ease as well. But it's so special knowing that they, as adults who came before us, already have a family and a support network that they may have, because of their journey and choices, put down, disregarded, cut off, or lost faith in. But they are still there, and whilst they cannot interfere and they cannot intrude without permission, when we ask them, if it resonates, that's permission, and it works so beautifully for all parties. So please ask for any support for you, or the people you care for, or the people who are fearful and grieving, that their ancestors come through and help support them the way we would for our children.